Hey, this is Jason with 4W Knives. Got a little interesting project today. I'm going to do some canister Damascus with some arrowheads. I'm not sure what the steel composition is on these. They seem pretty flimsy. I was told that they were not great arrows or arrowheads for hunting. That's what they're designed for, but they just weren't very high quality. So I'm going to put them in the square tubing that I've already prepped with white spray paint, do some steel powder in it, forge weld this together, get a billet, and then I'm going to do a gomai. It's what I'll call a gomai because it'll essentially be 5 layers. It'll be 2 layers of Damascus, 2 layers of nickel, and then a 1095 core. I'm not really sure what shape knife I'm going to be making at this point, but hopefully it'll come out with a cool pattern. I appreciate you watching. My little procedure on doing canister Damascus, I first use my air over hydraulic press with a little bit of squaring dies, and I'll put a couple of squeezes on it, and then I take it to my log splitter press where I'll do the final. This point of the video, I've got the can off. It was the most difficult can I've gotten off to date. I always see on Fortune Fire where they struggle with it, but I don't normally struggle with it. It comes right off. Once I get the can off, I take it over to the roller mill and I thin it out. I'm shooting for about a 0.25 thickness before I do my sand mine. So I've got all the pieces cleaned up. I'm gonna go the Damascus, nickel, 1095 core, another deal of nickel, and then the Damascus. I'll tack them together, put a handle on it, and be good to go. All right, so you might be asking yourself, why arrowheads? 1, I thought it would be cool. I haven't seen it. And 2, I'm actually giving this to the Crowder Lake Archery Club so they can give it away at a tournament that they are hosting on September 17th and 18th. And I thought being archery, something like this with arrowheads, something unique, would be good for them. And these guys are awesome. And I just wanted something unique for them. So you can catch that tournament September 17th and 18th and go support them. I know they do a good job and would love to have as many of you out there as possible. So I'm trying to make sure that the core stays centered. I do a stock removal. It had very little to remove on it, so I just went straight to the 2x72. I used my rest table to make sure I kept everything square, and I just ground in the desired shape. This is a good way of making a knife. I prefer forging, but it does the trick, and it's usually quick and effective. After shaping it, I did some surface grinding, which I didn't show. And at this point, I am just grinding in my bevels. I start with the 45 at the edge to get to my center line that I pre-marked. And then I work my way back towards the spine to the desired height for my bevel. Once I get my bevels roughed in, I will start my heat treat process. My heat treat process is I do 3 thermal cycles, just heating it up to critical temps. Then I either hang it on a wire or I put it on the vise, which is what I've done here, and I let it cool down to room temperature, and I do that 3 times prior to quenching. After I quench it, I'll put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 2 hours. All right, so I have jumped ahead. I've already done the finish grinding, hand sanding, and I've etched it. Next is handle. I decided to stick with the theme of the archery, and I'm going with bow dark, also known as Osage orange. Um, why I'm doing this is a lot of these guys make their own bows, and one of the common woods for the bow is Osage orange, bow dark. So I thought it would fit right along with that theme of the archery with the arrowheads and everything else. So the wood looks good, and it's very dense, very durable. It is not easy to work, but it does look good. So I'm hoping this just tops this knife off, and I'll bring you along with the process a little bit. All right, thanks to the workshop, I got this nice and sharp. I got it all hand sanded, buffed, and ready to go. It came out really good. I did have these two spots, one at the tip and one at the belly, that had some nickel on it. I have no idea how it got there or why it's there. It's got high carbon on both sides, and when I sharpened it, a lot of that nickel went away, so I'm assuming that it has high carbon underneath. So it should still hold an edge. It sharpened up beautifully, acted like any other high carbon knife. I thought the scales, this bow dark, it's just beautiful. Very, very happy with it. And pattern, well, not too unique, but it definitely is different. And I was able to make this sister knife out of the remaining billet. It did have a little divot at the spine, so I did a little false edge and got rid of it. And I thought it turned out really good too. I used some ironwood scales. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this video, go like and subscribe. And if there's anything you think I can do better on my videos, please add it into the comments. I'm always looking for some suggestions. This knife with the Osage handle will be given away during the archery tournament at Crowder Lake in western Oklahoma on September 17th and 18th by way of the Crowder Lake Archery Club. I appreciate you watching and have a great day.